So you're invited to a black tie event. Not sure what to wear or where to start? I've got 10 tips for you. Let's go chat. Rule number one, let's talk about fabric. Traditionally speaking, a tuxedo is going to be made from either a deep navy fabric or a traditional black fabric. The navy I'm wearing today, I like personally because it looks really good under the lighting of an evening event and really accomplishes a nice classic tuxedo. But traditional black is, you can never go wrong. Traditionally speaking, they're going to be made from a gabardine fabric, a twill, or even a herringbone, something with a really subtle pattern that gives the tuxedo a little bit of nuance, but isn't too over the top. Next, let's talk lapel. Traditionally speaking, the peak lapel is what you're gonna wanna select. The peak lapel adds a bit of formality to it. It's not like your day suit, which is traditionally a notch lapel. Another good option is going to be a shawl collar. And a shawl collar is a great option that adds some formality, but isn't the everyday collar that you see from day-to-day events. Lapel facing is historically going to be a satin, a black satin, or a grosgrain. This one is a black satin, which is not only a classic option, but it's also a great option that is really subtle and not too over the top. Let's talk bow tie. Always opt for a self-tied bow tie. You don't want a pre-tied bow tie because it's too perfect. You need a little bit of nuance to the bow tie. You're going to want to select a tie that really correlates with the details of your tuxedo. I've got a black satin lapel, so I've got a black satin bow tie made of the same fabric, which really provides a really elegant look. Number 5, let's talk vent. Historically, tuxedos do not have vents at all. Center vent is usually elected if you're not going to go for no vent. If you can't quite get there, you can do a center vent, which is a very nice hug to the body. Often you'll see guys do double vents, which isn't a bad thing, but it's a new style preference of today's modern age. But historically speaking, you're going to want to go with no vent or center vent. For the pockets on your tuxedo, you're going to want to opt for a piped pocket. You don't want to have a flap. If you do have a flap on your jacket, make sure it's one that you can tuck inside and hide away so you just get the piped detail of the satin. Number 7, let's talk trousers. Trousers, you're going to want to have no belt loops on the waistband. You want to have it a very clean waistband, which gives a nice presentation, typically made of the same satin as your lapel facing. And you're also going to have a satin stripe down the side of your trouser as well. Typically, you're going to have no cuffs on the bottom of your trouser. That's typically frowned upon for a formal event. So you're going to have a nice plain hem bottom. If you do want something on the waistband, I would opt for a side adjuster or some sort of button dack that's very clean on the waistband and provides a very clean, elegant look. Number 8, let's talk shoes. Shoes, you're going to want to select a black high shine leather shoe. You're going to want to avoid anything with a broguing, a wingtip, or even a monk strap. You want to keep it very clean and elegant. If you want something with a little bit of an edge, I would select like a black velvet slipper, something that's pretty subtle. The slipper is traditionally worn in a home setting or a private club setting, but if you want something that's a little bit of a modern twist on the shoe, a black velvet slipper is a good way to go. Number 9 is going to be a cummerbund. Cummerbunds are historically worn or a low-cut waistcoat. The cummerbund is traditionally black silk, pleated. You're just going to make sure that the pleats face upward. Historically, if you're going to the opera or a ticketed event, you would actually tuck your ticket in one of the pleats. But it provides a very good, elegant look, and it's a really classic look that never goes out of style. Number 10, let's talk shirts. Historically, it's going to be a crisp, clean white shirt, something of a broadcloth or maybe even a poplin, like what I'm wearing today. You'll typically do tuxedo studs, which are very elegant. If you don't have tuxedo studs, I would go with a fly front, which provides a very clean presentation for the shirt. I would also, if you're going to do pleats on the shirt, keep them very simple. You don't want to have too many pleats. You don't want anything too busy on the front of your shirt. Also, you're going to want to have a turn-down collar. A wing collar is typically something you would wear to a white tie event, but for a black tie event, turn-down collar is the best way to go. So there's 10 tips for black tie attire. Now you're ready for your next black tie event. We'll see you there.